So the Jade Helm military training exercise is currently going on. It happens in multiple states. And there's been some unsettling reactions to it. So Raw Story reports that there were 2 shooting incidents where civilians are apparently threatening troops. They say, quote, "For the second time this week, a gunman opened fire at Camp Shelby, a military training center that is part of the Jade Helm 15 training exercises. A man matching the same description as Tuesday's shooter, white and driving a red or maroon pickup truck, opened fire around 8 a.m. on Tuesday morning. A gunman with the same description fired at 2 soldiers training at Camp Shelby. The truck seen Tuesday had the words Broken Arrow on the windshield, according to the AP. Broken Arrow is a military code requesting help when being overrun by enemy forces." So I guess the idea there is this American thinks that the American military is enemy forces, and they're being overrun by them, even though all they're doing is a training exercise. So in his paranoia and hysteria, he decided to fire at these people. Now, thankfully, I haven't seen reports of anybody actually being killed or hurt by this. I don't know if this guy's just firing warning shots or he's a terrible shot or whatever the case is, but clearly this is not good news. But that's not even the scariest part. Because get this, quote, "3 men were arrested in Gaston County, North Carolina, after allegedly amassing an arsenal and making their own bombs out of fear that the government was about to enact martial law." So here we have the true believers, the true Kool-Aid drinkers. These guys had Kevlar helmets, they had massive amounts of ammunition, they had many, many guns, they had makeshift bombs that involved tennis balls and little boxes that they put the tennis balls in, and nails and all types of shrapnel. And they actually underwent a test. So they did a test where they checked out all their weapons and looked at the bombs, and they said, "Oh, yes, this is going to work great, yes!" Now, thankfully, they were busted and they were caught in time, but if they weren't caught in time, there would have been a terrorist attack, and it would have been on the military doing these training exercises. And let's be crystal fucking clear, it would have been because of this specific conspiracy theory. Now, you guys know, I'm not one who is 100% against all conspiracy theories, and I say they're all bullshit because they're not all bullshit. Many conspiracies happen to be true. Operation Northwoods, the Bay of Pigs, the Gulf of Tonkin, the Tuskegee experiments. The list goes on and on. There are plenty of things that were at one time viewed as fringe. In reality, the fringe people were correct. And as time went by, people went, "Oh, okay, well, that one they were right about." So I'm a 50-50 guy on conspiracies. My response is always, which conspiracy are you talking about? And let's evaluate the evidence for that specific conspiracy, and then I'll tell you whether or not I think it's real or not. But this is one that is absolutely, positively, 100% incorrect, right up there with fucking FEMA camps, which are totally made up. So, I mean, here, I want to make this as simple and easy to understand as any other issue we've ever discussed. So, for all the people who believe Alex Jones, for example, who's been on this Jade Helm thing since the beginning, for people who believe him about FEMA camps and whatnot, Agenda 21, another one that's totally bullshit. Let me ask you, what the fuck are they waiting for? You know, Alex Jones has been saying the same fucking thing since the 1990s. But, oh my God, the NWO is going to implement one world government, and it's going to be a situation where they force you into FEMA camps, they're going to ban golf courses, they're going to take away your cars, they're going to control every aspect of your life. When it comes to Jade Helm, they're preparing for martial law, the FEMA camps are for martial law, and what the fuck are they waiting for? So first Clinton was going to do it, he didn't do it. Then George Bush was going to do it. Now George Bush did a lot of fucked up things, a lot of unconstitutional things, and we were all over those things. A lot of American imperialism, you name it, we're against all of that. But he didn't fucking put us in FEMA camps. You said he was going to, he didn't do it. You said with Obama, oh, he's going to do the same thing. Well, what happened? He was elected in 2008, you said he was going to do it then, and then what? He was waiting for the second election? How could he have been sure that he was going to win it? Oh, he was going to steal the election. But okay, so he won the second election, or stole the second election, if you listen to some of these guys. And then now what's he waiting for? Why are they waiting to implement Agenda 21? Why are they waiting to implement the FEMA camps? And by the way, would the American military really need to take over America by force? America already is America. You don't need to occupy it and take it over. It already happened. So, but they say, the issue is not that they're going to take it over, but the issue is, what? It always comes back to they're going to put us in the FEMA camps, or one world government's going to be implemented, and you're not going to have any sovereignty. But that hasn't happened. That you say that that's what it is, but it hasn't happened. What the fuck are they waiting for? They know where we are. We're right here, man. Again, don't get me wrong. I just admitted to you, I just told you there are some conspiracies that turned out to be true. These ones are not true. But what happens is some people believe them, and when they believe them and they actually act on it because they're not that fucking bright, what happens? We have some attempted terrorist attacks. So what's the point of me doing this segment? The point of me doing this segment is to tell you guys, pump your fucking brakes, dude. Specifically to somebody like Alex Jones, look, man, him and I actually agree on some things. I mean, he's against American imperialism, I'm against American imperialism. He calls himself a libertarian, and in some ways he lives up to that. I think he's spoken about how bad the drug war is and things of that nature. Great, we can agree on that too. I'm sure there's a list of shit where him and I go, I'm with you. NSA, oh, the NSA spying on everybody and that's fucked up. I'm with you. But when you start going that extra step and start saying the Bilderberg, Rockefeller, Illuminatis are fucking children and marrying horses and taking over everybody and everything, and Jade Helm is going to take away all your freedoms, what you're doing is you're making an environment where some people who are true believers and true Kool-Aid drinkers will act on it. And then there's going to be people dead, and you're going to say, oh, me? I didn't fucking contribute to this at all. What are you talking about? Same thing with Bill O'Reilly. When he went out there and said, Tiller the baby killer, Tiller the baby killer, Tiller the baby killer 800 times, then somebody murdered George Tiller, and then he went, oh, well, I didn't do anything. What are you talking about? It's not like I have a TV show with millions of people who watch who are crazy, and then I say Tiller the baby killer and somebody acts. That's not what happened. That's exactly what fucking happened. So for Alex Jones, if you keep going out there and saying shit that's not true about Jade Helm or the Illuminati or Agenda 21 or whatever, and then it leads to shit like this, take some fucking responsibility and pump your brakes and only report on shit that makes sense. So you go out there and talk about the NSA, I'm right with you. You go out there and talk about the warmongering American imperialists, I'm right with you. You go out there and talk about all types of issues and substantive policy solutions, I'm with you. But when you go too far, you destroy the entire message, and unfortunately, that hurts the rest of us who are sane and are able to discern which things that are conspiracies that are true and false. You actually hurt everybody who's fighting against the NSA when you link a fight against NSA spying with, chemicals in juice boxes that make your kids gay. So you're not helping, you're hurting when you go too far. So please, stop going too far, because I don't want to see more instances of this. I don't want to see people who are doing a fucking military training exercise who've done nothing wrong. I don't want to see them get killed by dumbasses who don't know their ass from their elbow.